Hey guys, Prophet Wiggles here and welcome back to another one of my Black Desert online guides. In today's video, I'm going to be focusing on the basics of this game and some important things you should be doing on Black Desert to make sure that you're being as efficient as possible. With a game as complex and as beautiful as it can be very easy to either get distracted or just be totally overwhelmed by everything, and you could miss some of the important parts of the game. So, let's go through a few things that will most definitely help you out on your adventure. Questing in Black Desert is a little bit different than other MMOs. Normally when you complete a quest, you get a lump of XP and then you move on to the next one, but not in Black Desert. After the first few quests, you won't really be rewarded XP anymore. Instead of this, you normally receive other rewards, such as contribution XP, skill XP, energy, and items, such as armors, potions, or inventory space. So you're probably thinking, what in the hell is contribution XP? Well, contribution points are used for a lot of activities in Black Desert, especially purchasing houses and claiming nodes. So every time you get XP for this, it will get you closer to leveling up contribution to give you an extra point to put into things like new buildings or whatever you want. I'd suggest watching my guide on workers, nodes and housing to get a better idea on what these points can be used for. Another thing that you may not be familiar with is energy. This is used for performing activities like gathering, fishing, building stuff, and much more. Energy regains over time, but as you level up, your max energy is increased. When you complete certain quests or talk to certain NPCs, you will be rewarded with energy. This won't increase the max amount, but it will instead regenerate it. We will discuss this in a bit more detail later on in the video, so bear with me for a second. One of the other things you get from quests is skill XP. In this game, you don't go to a trainer or auto-learn spells. You have to choose the spells that you want from your skill tree, which you can open up by pressing K. Different skills and spells cost a varying amount of energy. The higher the level of the ability, then the more skill points it will cost to learn. So choose your skills wisely, as it will get slower and slower to get more spells further down the line. Please also note that if you go to a skill trainer, you won't have to use any energy to learn your new skills. Okay, so you're off killing, questing, and exploring, but there are a few things that you definitely need to be doing in between all this. First thing you need to do is to remember to never let your energy sit at full. You always want it to be regenerating, otherwise you're just wasting it. Easy ways to spend your energy are just to gather things. Gather herbs, chop down trees, mine some stone. They're all around you in this game, so there's no excuse. Just make sure that you keep your energy low down so that you can keep it constantly regenerating. The second thing that you really need to be doing is discovering and connecting nodes. This is quite a complex system, so again, I really suggest you go watch my video about it so that you can get a better understanding on what they do and how they reward you. So, you're learning all your skills, you're spending your energy, and you're discovering nodes. But here's the question that pretty much everyone asks as soon as they start playing the game. Where do I get a horse? Where do I get my first mount from, man? When you level up around 11 to 13, you'll get a quest in Valia to talk to some people in the town, which will result in you getting your first mount. A glorious donkey. He's not the fastest thing in the world, but hey, it is a mount. A lot of you probably want a horse though. You can get one of these at level 20, or you can either buy one from the stable manager or marketplace. But if you don't want to spend money getting a horse, then you can go out into the wild and tame one. I've also done a guide on how to tame a horse, so I really suggest checking that out too, as doing it is a lot of fun. Something to keep in mind about getting a mount is that when you run around on foot, you level up your stamina, which increases your total health. However, whilst you're on a mount, you do not gain any of this stamina. So a lot of people advise that early game, you should use your mount as little as possible so that you can get a bit more stamina to make you harder to kill. You've probably noticed by now this little black cloud thing that follows you around and gives you a lot of quests. Well, this is your Black Spirit. He is one of your primary quest givers throughout the game, and he will give you more quests depending on your level. Later on in the game, you can also use him for things like item enhancements and other cool stuff. The default summon button for him is the comma, so whenever you need him, he's always there. When you enter a new town for the first time, there is something that you should get into the habit of doing, and that is talking to everyone there. When you talk to certain NPCs for the first time, you will gain knowledge on them, which will allow you to have conversations and gain amity. But don't worry about that for now, just make sure that you talk to everyone to gain knowledge, and some of them will even replenish their energy, not to mention that some of them will even give you quests. Another great thing about this game is that you can control all of your workers and nodes from all of your characters. So when you're leveling a new ult, you can keep your workers active and gain lots of resources. You should always keep them working as they are essentially free income and can do a lot of your crafting work for you. Before we finish up this video, I wanted to show you guys a couple of things that you can do in this game in order to catch some beautiful screenshots or even just get a different perspective of the scenery. You can enter camera mode by pressing Ctrl and U, and this will take away the UI and allow you to get some great shots. You can change the angle of the shot by using the arrow keys and shift, and you can also change the exposure by holding Ctrl and up or down. Another cool thing you can do in this game is go into observer mode. To do this, go into non-combat mode, the standard bind for this is the tab button, and then run up to a wall or a seat and back up to it with the S key. This will either make your character lean on the wall or sit down depending on the height of the object. Now that you're relaxing, you can go into observer mode by pressing the R button. This will allow you to get some amazing panning shots and look down on all the scenery. So that's it for this video, guys. To sum up real quick, just make sure that you're spending your energy, get your nodes and your workers up and running ASAP, and then you get your first mount around level 10 to 13, and you can tame a horse at level 20. This is by no means a complete guide, but it should give you an understanding a bit of the game and hopefully get you hyped to play it. If you've enjoyed the video or want any specific guides made, then please leave a comment below, and until next time guys, take it easy and peace out.